Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how the T-34-85 won World War II. And don't worry, I'm not saying that it was only the T-34-85 that won World War II, since that simply isn't true. What this video is going to be about is how the T-34-85 was used after its production in early 1944 until the end of the war in the Battle of Berlin. We're not going to talk about the Manchurian campaign today, but if you want to see a video about its use there, let me know in the comments and I'll surely make one. Besides that, let's get into it. So before I tell you how the T-34-85 has been used after its production, let me briefly tell you the specifications and history of it so you know what we're talking about. The T-34-85 was an improved version of the T-34-76. As you may notice from the name, the first version of the T-34 had a 76mm gun, but it turned out to be unable to penetrate some German tanks such as the Tiger I. Also, the Germans came up with better guns such as the high-velocity 7.5mm KWK-40 gun, which could penetrate the T-34 with ease. So the Soviets had to come up with something new, which was when the T-34-85 was created. It had a D5T 85mm gun, which was enough to penetrate the Tiger I from the frontal hull. It also had a larger 3-man turret, and some other smaller improvements were made with the air filters, the suspension system and the tracks. I made a video about the T-34-76 problems recently where I addressed these exact problems in further detail. If you want to watch that video, on the top right you'll find the link to the video. The first T-34-85s were given to the best units, which usually were the elite Red Guard battalions. By December 1943, around 400 had already been delivered to the front lines and quite instantly became popular with the crews. The Soviets gradually replaced the T-34-76, and in mid-1944 they were more of the new T-34-85s than the 17-6. The first major operation that new T-34s saw was Operation Bagration, which was one of the biggest offensives from the Soviet Union during World War II. This operation was the final push to Berlin. During this operation, the new T-34s encountered many different enemy tanks such as the Panzerkampfwagen 4, aus for G, Edge or J, Panthers, Tigers and many tank hunters. During these battles, the new T-34s turned out to be a more visible target than the old T-34-76 because of the larger turret, but this was compensated by the thicker armor protection. The new T-34s were still easy prey to German tanks, but the new high-velocity 85mm gun was a big advantage in many engagements. It scored kills at ranges up to 1200 meters or 3940 feet. By late 1944, when the Soviets started entering occupied Eastern European countries, including Eastern Prussia, the T-34-85s encountered a new threat. And no, we're not talking about the Königstiger and other new German tanks. The new threat they faced were the German infantrymen's and Volkssturm's new Panzerfaust launchers. These were the first shaped charge launchers to be used in battle. The Panzerfaust was a very sneaky and effective weapon against Soviet tanks, because now the Germans didn't require their own tanks in order to destroy Soviet tanks. Since the T-34s had no real protection against the Panzerfaust, the crews had to take matters into their own hands. They mounted makeshift protections made out of bed frames welded on the turrets and hull sides, but still far enough from the hull itself so the charge would explode before hitting the surface of the hull and potentially penetrating it. This improvised protection against the Panzerfaust was a very usual thing in the Battle of Berlin. That was all I had to say for this video. If you found this video interesting, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, if I said anything that is not right or you think that I should have added any additional information to this video, please let me know in the comments and share your knowledge. Besides that, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.